me ask you something. How's the handling so far in Need for Speed Unbound? Are you getting luckily unlucky?
I have a grip.
Is it Need for Skate instead of Need for Speed?
No! 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 Yes! 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 Yes!
Does reckless endangerment make you feel adrenaline filled?
Oh.
We just took a heavy hit.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Just took a hard hit.
Or did you witness something tragic?
You are not about to take my Your sensor is out.
Or are you getting petrified seeing your cute little Miata? And I don't even know what the fuck's going on here.
All units, perp last seen entering dew point view.
This perp's absolutely nuts, dispatch.
Whatever the case might be, we are on a mission tonight. Everyone keeps comparing grip or drift. Which one is better? We're gonna take both of the mechanics together, dial it to the max, and test it out for good. I'll tell you what's best after careful consideration. Let's get this journey started with the infamous drifting. Does that mean it's good? Fuck no. Dialing the slider all the way to the right would mean you'd end up as the ghost of Akina, right? But it does the complete opposite. Car starts having a mind of its own, seizures every 5 seconds, starts gripping up mid-drift. Well, it might be easy to initiate a drift because it's at 100%. But do we even call this drifting? Feels like they threw away the drifting mechanic and tidied up the entire game. I'm having more fun doing the glitches rather than drifting in this game. And it wasn't like this in the last 2 games combined. Drifting didn't feel so restricting. Doesn't matter if you slap on drift tires or drift parts in general. Drifting is not predictable. The mechanic definitely still has a lot of that ghost feeling to them, where the car reaches to a certain point during a turn and magically slips into a drift. And that's when it feels good. But what's the point? You don't have control over it. It feels wanky, no matter how you tune it. Oh, another fun fact, the car doesn't want to drift if it's below A class and it grips up above A class. And it's weird. Personally, this RX-7 is pretty good at 100% drift, but again, it's unpredictable as fuck. You can't even catch God off guard with some kind of satanic turn your car's about to pull. Okay, let's fix the mess they made. What's the magic tune, you might ask? Sorry to disappoint. There isn't a precise fix for you. With my hours of testing, along with my friends, we got to a middle ground, and that is your car. You can't get a 400Z and expect it to drift properly. Technically, it should, but drifting varies from car to car in this game. Cars definitely feel much heavier now, and what we have found is that muscle cars feel way more fluid to drift than tuners. It feels like the more weight the car has, the more predictable drifting becomes. And it never should have been brake to drift and gas tap at the same time. What were they thinking? No wonder why these cars keep having these seizures. If you're one of the people who has brake to drift and gas tap on at the same time, well, do me a favor. Go get yourself a gun and call it a night for good. As far as drifting goes, you'll have to build a car that's for drifting. And we'll have to experiment and find out the ones that's best for us. I have built a new Countach as my speed cross oops, takeover, and it's pretty decent. Started its life as a grippy boy, but forced it into a drift wheel with drift parts, and it's semi-predictable. It sure does has its moment when she realizes why the fuck is she on dirt and why is she drifting and starts snapping out of her alter ego, but we move. I lost my sanity finding the perfect balance in drift. Now where's my gun? But before we proceed any further into the video, why not like the video? We are so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers and you can make it one step closer to that. Grip driving on another hand is grip car actually feels grippy and it doesn't feel forced anymore. Criterion fixed One of the biggest problem with ghost controls, the satisfaction you get when you take a grip turn is now so much more rewarding with the effects. Makes you addicted to taking every corner in a grip car, activating that extra bit of nitrous when you take a corner perfectly to straighten your car feels so right. The handbrake actually works and your car doesn't jolt into a random direction when you hold it. So what's it like tuning grip cars, and how is it when we dial it to 100%? Slide that bar all the way to the left, adjust your steering sensitivity however you like, get that downforce all the way to the right for maximum cornering, throw that drift entry out of the window, and you got yourself a grip car and you have nothing to complain about. Pretty much all the cars in the game tend to be on the grippy side, so tuning them unlocks the full potential. Of the car. No matter how you tune it, it feels really planted. But what's the balance, you might ask? 70 to 80% grip would be the balance, and what it does is it opens up a small window of drifting, but just by a bit. Also, with higher sensitivity, the faster your car gets, the twitchier it becomes. So I suggest you turning the steering sensitivity down as you're upgrading your car. You wouldn't drift around in a grip car, would you? I recommend using grip all the way, but wanted to keep it simple and straightforward. That's why you didn't hear me mentioning car classes. But that's gonna be pretty much it for me. It's been your boy Gazi, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys on the next Need for Speed Unbound video or stream.